These are 10 times Lisa was the most hated child. Lisa exploits Bart and his incredible sense of smell for her own selfish indulgence. The Real Housewives of Fat Tony starts when Bart and Lisa are taking a walk in the woods and Bart smells something.
Bart, this is a truffle. You're a truffle.
Bart's childishness is truly amusing.
Only you can make tree poop boring.
Bart's ignorance really adds flavor to the scene, although calling a truffle tree poop might be his most groundbreaking take yet. Lisa realizes that Bart can find truffles by smell, so they use this to their advantage. When they meet Luigi, who's struggling to find truffles, he offers them money for every truffle they bring him. I hear cha-chings are in order. Bart and Lisa are still at it, finding truffles like they're picking dandelions in the backyard. But when Bart says he's tired, Lisa won't let him rest.
3 more big ones and we'll talk. Oh, man.
Lisa's got the work ethic of a drill sergeant. Bart's exhaustion, not her problem. She's getting impatient as Bart can't seem to find any more truffles.
Listen, why don't we just stop this and divide the money?
That seems like a reasonable proposal, right? Well, not for Lisa.
The money is working for us. What's not working is your stupid sense of smell.
And as he was saying that, Bart trips and hits his head. So any normal sister would run to her brother and check if he's okay, but Lisa ain't normal. Instead, she puts a collar on him and treats him like a dog.
No more distractions. Find those truffles. Mush!
Jesus, Lisa, that's your brother. Where are your humanitarian stands now? But her idea, even though very flawed, worked. Bart smelled truffles, not in the woods, but in their house.
There's nothing buried here but hopes and dreams.
That took a seriously dark turn. Bart finds truffles in Lisa's room and he's confused, as he thought she was selling them. She tells him she hasn't been selling them, but rather eating them.
I work so hard. I've got dirt under my fingernails I'll never get out. Not that I'm gonna try.
Lisa, the self-proclaimed vegetarian purist, secretly munching on truffles. Looks like her moral high ground just sank in a pile of gourmet hypocrisy. Lisa tells him to do whatever he wants with the last remaining truffle, and Bart knows just the thing.
You spent your life searching for these, but you never had one. Well, this is yours.
Oh, I guess they didn't know there was a reason why you don't give truffles to pigs. The pig goes nuts and eats everything containing truffles in the restaurant. I bet they were wishing they sold those truffles because who's gonna be paying for that damage? Using your brother is one thing. I mean, what are siblings for? But sending a total stranger to their death is something completely other. Lisa falls madly in love with an older boy and tries to sabotage his relationship. Dude, Where's My Ranch starts with Homer writing a new Christmas song about how much he hates Flanders, and it becomes famous everywhere. The family is so sick of it, they decide they're gonna take a vacation to get away from it, and they go to a ranch. Lisa is appalled by the ranch, since it was built on the land of indigenous people, and it's not really friendly towards wildlife.
Just our way of making y'all feel welcome.
You're not listening.
I never do. Yeehaw!
One's fighting for ethics, the other's fighting for yeehaws. Some battles just can't be won when the spurs are louder than the logic. Lisa won't get on board with the ranch activities, and when she goes to leave, she meets someone special. One of the boys working on the ranch tells Lisa he'd like to show her around, but she denies.
Sorry you're not interested, because I need somebody to help me hang these no hunting and free Tibet signs.
A way to a girl's heart. Political activism. Lisa thanks Luke for showing her the not-so-wild West, even though it wasn't without hiccups. Later, when Marge and Lisa are talking, Lisa tells her more about Luke.
He's really sophisticated for a 13-year-old.
What-year-old?
But when he's 23, I'll be 18.
Wow, she's already picking wedding dresses. Marge tells her she shouldn't be thinking so far in the future because she doesn't know what she'll want then. Not really the best advice, considering.
I didn't marry the first boy. I did, but you shouldn't.
Double standard much, huh, Marge? Lisa and Luke have a little date night where they play somber romantic music and Marge can't help but worry. She shares her thoughts with Homer, worrying their kids are growing up too fast.
Lisa's with that boy, and look at Maggie.
Well, Marge, you are the parents. I wonder who's to blame. The next day, Lisa sees that there's gonna be a dance, but when she goes to talk to Luke, she's met with a soul-crushing fact. Well, not so much a fact, but in her mind, it was set in stone.
And I'll save you the first dance. Love you too, Clara.
Clara? He's got a girlfriend.
Lisa's romantic dreams just got trampled like a herd of cattle on a stampede. Clara might as well have been holding the branding iron. But Lisa's chance for revenge comes sooner than expected. She runs into Clara, who's on her way to the ranch, and she asks Lisa for directions.
But a quicker way to the ranch is that shortcut. Thanks, darling. See you at the dance.
Poor, innocent Clara. Never trusted jealous Simpson. Never.
I look forward to it. I hate you.
I've never heard Lisa speak in that tone. Jealousy sure becomes her. At the dance, Luke is worried about Clara, wondering where his sister is.
Sister? You mean mean she's not your girlfriend?
Hell no. They outlawed that in this state 2 years ago.
Sweet home Alabama. What has Lisa gotten herself into? Lisa grabs Bart, quickly realizing her mistake.
Need help now? Come with me, done something really terrible. Don't really care, just totally caught up in moment.
The brother-sister duo never seems to fail. They find Clara stuck in the middle of the river, but luckily Bart always has a plan. They get her to the shore and Lisa apologizes.
I thought you were Luke's girlfriend.
Well, that certainly justifies attempted murder.
Come on, Clara, be a girl's girl. I mean, sure, what Lisa did was horrible, but she did it for love. The next day, the Simpsons are packed and ready to leave, but Lisa had to get what she did off her chest.
You would do that just for me? That's despicable.
Oh, those country boys. Lying in order to have someone all to yourself is bad, but dating your sister is fine? Get your morals in order. Marge comforts Lisa by explaining what love truly is.
Lisa, welcome to love. It's full of doubt and pain and uncertainty.
Marge, is there a point to this?
You find a man you love so much, it hurts.
Who is he?
Ah, Homer, how can someone not love you, you sweet, sometimes dense man? I guess Lisa learned a valuable lesson. Never believe a guy in a cowboy hat. But her relationship adventures are far from over. Lisa realizes she likes Nelson, so she tries to change him inside and out. Lisa's date with density starts with Superintendent Chalmers' car being vandalized. And by that, I mean the H on his new Honda has been stolen. So Principal Skinner accuses Bart first, but he wasn't the one that did it. By the elimination system, Skinner finally gets to the last person, and it's Nelson.
Who does Nelson think he's impressing anyway, acting so cool all the time?
Do I sense a little crush? Nelson gets a week of doing Willie's work, and while Lisa was in class, she was caught laughing at one of Nelson's pranks he was pulling on poor Willie.
Lisa likes Nelson! She does not! Milhouse likes Lisa!
Oh, the 8-year-olds and their bickering. Transports you straight back to middle school, doesn't it? Lisa gets detention for disrupting the class, and Nelson comes to visit her.
Hey, Brainiac, since when do you get detention?
It's your fault. I accidentally laughed at your amateur prank.
Honestly, it's more punishment for her failing to hold in her laughter. Like, who wouldn't crack up at a prank that's basically a masterclass in immaturity? Nelson helps her finish her detention faster, and she can't help but notice that it was actually a smart idea.
He's like a riddle wrapped in an enigma wrapped in a vest. Sure is ugly though. So why can't I stop staring at him?
How can someone be so effortlessly brilliant and so effortlessly, well, Nelson? Lisa realizes she likes Nelson, and she asks Milhouse to give him a note confessing her love. Milhouse is offended, but Lisa explains she doesn't like him that way, and that she's like a big sister to him.
When she sees you'll do anything she says, she's bound to respect you. Sure, what's a big sister for?
Poor Milhouse. Lisa's really insensitive towards his feelings. Milhouse gives Nelson the note, but Nelson misunderstands it as Milhouse's confession, so he beats him up, and he ends up in the hospital. Lisa explains that the note was actually from her.
It's okay, I guess. Do I have to do anything?
Better give up now, he's just not that into you. No wonder this is Lisa's date with density. But if Lisa takes on one thing from Marge, it's her stubbornness towards men. Lisa invites Nelson to come over, and even though their hanging out is awfully painful to watch, she's not giving up. I wonder what Bart thinks about this.
You nuts? I'll probably never say this to you again, but you can do better.
Bart's giving Lisa relationship advice like a self-appointed love guru. Too bad his track record with relationships is about as solid as his math grades. Lisa starts to feel like she and Nelson are too different for there to ever be anything, but Marge reassures her.
Well, most women will tell you that you're a fool to think you can change a man, but those women are quitters.
And here come Marge's delusions. Marge explains how when she and Homer started dating, he was harsh, cruel, and cold. But she worked hard on him, and
now he's a whole new person.
Mom?
He's a whole new person, Lisa.
Don't ruin this for Marge, Lisa. Her whole marriage is depending on that delusion. Lisa wonders if she can change Nelson, so she starts with a simple makeover. Then they go out on a date to watch the stars, but Nelson isn't much of a talking type. No worries, Lisa can talk for the both of them.
My first kiss. I always wondered what it would be like.
This ought to shut her up.
Nelson might not be a man of many words, but he sure knows how to make a statement. The bullies come to, well, bully Nelson for hanging out with Lisa and not coming with them to vandalize Skinner's house.
You got rid of them, and you did it like a gentleman without any violence.
Yeah, I know you don't like that stuff.
Has Nelson gone soft?
Why is he wasting his time with that Simpson chick?
Cause your mom had a 3-month waiting list.
Nah, he's just a liar like every other guy. The police chase the bullies and Nelson Nelson goes to seek refuge at Lisa's.
Lisa's window is the next one.
Great parenting, Homer. Nelson tells Lisa that he wasn't there and Skinner is just out to get him. And of course, she helps him. But he slips up and blows his lie.
Maybe I was seeing things in you that weren't really there.
Definitely.
Lisa realizes she might have been overestimating Nelson, and he doesn't even try to deny it. At least they're on the same page now, just not a very good one. Lisa asks him why he was even there with her, and he says it's because she was the first person to ever think there was something nice in him.
Well, guess you really blew that one, huh?
Well, I guess this is it.
You mean like goodbye?
Let's just call it smell you later.
Wow, Lisa's being real mature about this whole situation. I think somewhere deep inside she knows this is not the end. Oh, the things girls do for love. Some of it can be understood. I mean, she is 8. But the thing I'll personally never forgive Lisa for is treating Marge poorly. Marge gets invited into a social club, but Lisa constantly judges her for wanting to fit in with the rich. Scenes from the class struggle in Springfield opens with Grandpa breaking the TV, and the family has to go out and buy a new one. While Homer and Bart are picking out the new TV, Marge and Lisa are looking through some clothes when Marge finds a perfect piece.
Just buy it. You don't have to rationalize everything.
All right, I will buy it. It'll be good for the economy.
Marge turns shopping into a patriotic duty, because nothing says supporting the economy like a guilt-free impulse buy. Too bad there's no one to take her out, so she just ends up wearing it around the house. And when she goes grocery shopping, she meets an old, acquaintance from high school. A prestigious woman, and she invites her and the family to come to the country club.
That country club is a hotbed of exclusionist snobs and status-seeking social climbers.
Lisa always shaming Marge for wanting to fit in is surely up there as one of her worst traits. Marge fits right in and she loves her new club activities, but Lisa always finds new things to complain about.
The rich are different from you and me.
Yes, they're better. Socially better.
I mean, not everything in that sentence is false. So they keep going to the country club and Lisa just can't keep her mouth shut.
I don't know what Mom's thinking. This whole country club scene is so decadent.
Lisa's out here critiquing the country club lifestyle like she's writing a New Yorker expose. Too bad nobody asked for one. Meanwhile, Marge is having a blast until...
I thought perhaps changing suits had gone out of fashion. Marge?
Now, Lisa isn't completely wrong. Marge spends the whole night altering her suit, but that doesn't do her much good.
Where exactly will you be attaching them to that mangled Chanel suit?
Lady, you better have some ulterior motive because Marge ain't gonna let this slide forever. Marge tries to alter her suit one more time, but she ends up completely ruining it. So she goes out to find a new one. Well, not to the store, of course. She went to Patty and Selma's. She asks them for a formal dress for tonight.
This was originally a Halloween costume, but it found its way into my regular rotation.
That's not formal. Marge has no option left but to go to Channel itself.
You can do anything with that sewing machine.
No, I can't. Come on, let's go.
You mean it's a new dress?
Lisa, this isn't a courtroom. Lay off your mom for a bit, would you?
Why do you always have to question everything I do?
Poor Marge. Feeling cornered by your own child must be humiliating. Hope you're happy, Lisa. They get to the club and Lisa is on thin ice already, but that doesn't stop her from annoying Marge even more.
I'm gonna ask people if they know their servants' lads' names, or in the case of butlers, their first.
I wonder who's the snob now, the rich or the poor who's desperately trying to show everyone how bad the rich is. Marge loses it and yells at everyone. She tells them they need to behave, so no vulgarity, no mischief, and no politics.
You kids should thank your mother. Now that she's a better person, we can see how awful we really are.
Oh, now that's just too sad. This snaps Marge right out, and she feels bad for the way she was acting.
It's okay. Those snobs never would have made us members anyway.
Are you sure about that, Lisa? Even though Lisa might not always be there for Marge, Marge will always be there for her little girl. / boy, you'll get it in a second. The school is divided into 2 parts. One for boys, one for girls. But Lisa wants to go to the boys' school because it's more challenging. Girls just want to have sums. Opens with Principal Skinner having an awful sexist outburst in front of everyone in Springfield.
I'm sure Principal Skinner didn't mean girls are inherently inferior.
No, of course not. I don't know why girls are worse.
In his defense, Skinner hosts the first ever diversity forum where he intends to agree with everything women say to get off the hook.
You're a worse version of Hitler.
Yeah, that's not going to be an easy goal to achieve. With every word that comes out of his mouth, he buries himself deeper and deeper.
It's the differences, of which there are none, that make the sameness exceptional. Just tell me what to say.
Yeah, he's not getting off easy. Skinner is replaced by a new female principal who divides the school into 2 parts, one for boys and one for girls. Even though it started as a good idea, Lisa soon realized that girls' school isn't for her.
Are we gonna do any actual math problems?
Problems? That's how men see maths.
Who's gonna tell this lady that math is problems? Lisa sneaks out and goes to the boys' school.
Okay, boys' school. I need a challenge.
The real challenge will be getting into that class, because no girls' policy is strict. Lisa talks to Marge about how they won't let her learn real math because she's a girl, and Marge remembers a time when there was someone stopping her from learning math.
The only math you need is you plus me equals forever.
Oh, homie.
God only knows where Marge would be right now if she aced that calculus exam. But she comes up with a plan how to get Lisa into the boys' school.
We have a new student today. His name is Jake Boyman.
Really creative, Lisa. Lisa accidentally spills Nelson's food and they end up in a fight. And he, well, you know what Nelson does with other boys, so no need to explain.
While you were at girls' school, Nelson totally wailed on this dork. Oh my God.
Yep, you were watching your little sister get beat up by a bully. Bart's brotherly instincts kick in.
Hey, no one with a choice should ever have to be a girl. I'll teach you how to be a boy.
That's a bit sexist, but I'll let it slide because it's for a good cause. Bart teaches Lisa to be a boy, but the final step is to pick a fight with someone weaker than her.
A fight? That would mean rejecting the last part of me that's still a girl.
She won't do it. It's Lisa, after all. She's way too good for it.
Fine, I'll beat up Ralph.
Wow, she is a boy, leaving her moral standards behind and beating up an innocent kid. She hits him once and he runs away, but that punch earned her the respect of all the other boys. Lisa wins the award for the best math student, and while she was accepting it, she revealed her true identity.
The only reason Lisa won is because she learned to think like a boy.
Bart always has to meddle in everything. Can't Lisa have one moment of her own?
That's a lie! Ugh!
What has she become? Lisa realizes that being a boy turned her into, well, a boy.
I always thought the boys had it easier, but now I see their world is more cruel and sadistic than I ever imagined.
Yep, Lisa, and now you're a part of that world. Lisa becoming one of the guys truly changed her in a way she'd never thought was possible. She became so mean she couldn't even control herself in front of a celebrity. Lady Gaga comes to Springfield to help Lisa deal with her emotions. Yeah, I wish I was kidding too. Lisa Goes Gaga opens with none other than Lady Gaga traveling through Springfield, and when she sees how sad it looks, she decides they must stop there and cheer up the citizens of the town. Meanwhile, in Springfield Elementary, the student award shows are being held.
Least popular student, Lisa Simpson.
What? Least popular?
She should have seen that coming. It's not like she has any friends. Well, except Bart. Lisa's feeling down, so Milhouse tries to cheer her up by showing her the student forum where someone was actually on her side.
Whoever this truth teller is, I'm a fan. It takes a lot of courage to post nice things anonymously.
Nothing says bravery like hiding behind a username to spread positivity. Lisa suddenly becomes more popular, but then Bart finds a notebook full of things truth teller said.
Oh my God, you're a truth teller!
Well, don't spread the word, Bart. Lady Gaga has a vision of Lisa sitting alone by the side of the road.
Someone in Springfield needs my help. Light up the afterbras.
Over the top much? Homer wants to help Lisa by taking her to see Gaga. Since apparently Gaga has superpowers, she notices that there is one person in the crowd who isn't feeling happy.
You! What's wrong, honey?
Please, I've had enough attention for one day!
Lisa turning down attention from Lady Gaga? That must be one tough blow on Gaga's ego. Lisa and Gaga go to the Simpson house to talk, and Gaga looks at the mean comments everyone's been leaving.
So what if your number one supporter is you? That's how it should be.
Number one, yes, for sure. But the only supporter, that must feel so lonely. Gaga says she's not leaving Lisa until she feels better, so Lisa tries to explain her situation as simple as possible.
I have a chance for a grim but tolerable life, but only if I give up hope.
Leave it to Lisa to turn a therapy session with Lady Gaga into the most poetic existential crisis ever. Because why settle for simple when you can go full Shakespeare? Gaga goes to talk to Marge about Lisa, but Marge is all out of ideas. But this won't discourage Gaga. The next day, she goes out to try once again to make Lisa feel better.
This isn't about me.
Well, who else would it be about?
You!
Oh no, Lisa's going all out now.
I denounced you for positing a world where social acceptance and walking on heels are easy!
Lisa's not holding back. She's taken down Lady Gaga like she's debating a philosophical thesis. Who knew stiletto heels could spark such fiery condemnation? Poor Gaga only wanted to help. Instead, she got yelled at by an 8-year-old. Finally, it's Homer's turn to try and help.
The problem's not that you were cheating, it's that you got caught.
Well, he isn't wrong. And it's like Homer's words sparked something in Lisa.
Parenting. It's the one job you know you're always doing right.
Homer's accidental wisdom strikes again because nothing says expert parenting like winging it and hoping for the best. Lisa runs to catch Gaga's train and thank her for helping.
You did help me by allowing me to inappropriately focus 8 years of rage and rejection on you.
Lisa's version of gratitude is basically saying, thanks for being my emotional punching bag. Good thing Gaga's superpower includes unlimited patience. Lisa has shown she can be cold and Gaga felt it on her own skin. But I never would have guessed she could be so cold that she'd get a restraining order against Bart, and torture him in the process. On a clear day, I Can't See My Sister starts with Springfield Elementary going on a field trip to Springfield Glacier, and even though it's 3 in the morning, Bart is up and ready to annoy Lisa.
So, Lise, ready for your trip?
Sure am.
See you next fall.
Immature, but good one, nonetheless. They get to the visitor center, and Lisa is enjoying the exhibition.
If these wise warriors could speak, what would they tell us?
They left a message right here.
Leave it to Bart to turn ancient wisdom into a timeless classic, because nothing says sibling rivalry like a well-placed Lisa smells in history. Lisa is overwhelmed by the fact that the glacier is melting, and none of her peers seem concerned. She gives a whole speech about how it's important to do something about it, but her speech is ruined by Bart, who put a walkie-talkie in her backpack and started making fart noises. Bart throws a snowball at Lisa, and she falls into the lake that was once the glacier.
Check it out. That frog has a nerd on its butt.
Trusts Bart to turn a glacier speech into a punchline, nerd and all. Lisa is beyond mad. She is furious.
You don't even care how upset I am. But this time, you have gone too far.
But what's she gonna do, tell on him? Homer and Marge are just observers in their little game. Lisa goes out of her way and gets a restraining order for Bart.
No piece of paper keeps me from wailing on my sister.
I wouldn't bet that on Bart.
So, you see what happens when you don't obey your restraining order?
Yes, Chief Wiggum.
Poor Bart, defeated by a piece of paper. But how will Bart know if he's 20 feet away? Homer made sure to make that knowledge painful.
Hey, this really works.
Homer, why did you put the screwdriver at the end?
Homer's version of a measuring tool, half creativity, half pain. It's all about the experience. But the restraining order wasn't enough for Lisa. She had to poke Bart every chance she got.
I'm afraid your arm has sustained extensive nerve damage.
Come on, Lisa, where are your morals, your ethics? Gone with the wind, or should I say, with the glacier. The family goes to a judge to plead for Bart's restraining order to be lifted, but Bart insults the judge, and she...
The restraining order is set at 200 feet. That's 61 meters.
Bart insults the judge, and she hits him with the cold, hard facts. 200 feet, or 61 meters, depending on how you do the math. Bart now has to sleep outside, but hey, at least he knows his parents miss him, right? Yeah, I wouldn't put a bet on that. Bart learns to live with the wolves, literally. And Marge is really starting to worry. She asks Lisa to lift the restraining order.
I don't mean to be mean, but every time I think about forgiving him, I remember all the bad things he's done to me.
So poking your brother until his nerves almost die is her not trying to be mean? Wouldn't want to meet the mean Lisa then. Marge points out the fact that Bart also did nice things for Lisa, and Lisa says that if she names 3 things, she'll let him back in. Marge thinks of 2, but that's it.
If I think of another one, I'll let him back in.
Marge is one good deed short of a family reunion. Guess Bart's redemption arc needs a little more brainstorming. Lisa looks out the window and sees that Bart's building a big statue for her.
It's a little American primitive, but who am I to dismiss outsider art? It shows he misses me, and this is the 3rd thing!
Lisa's embracing Bart's abstract art as a heartfelt apology, like a true liberal. Lisa runs out with her pole, and Bart starts pulling away and begging her to let him be.
I've realized how much I missed you, and I can see from this magnificent Lisa statue that you felt the same way.
Something's off? Why is it made out of dried grass?
Yo, Bart, we're ready to torch the Wicker Witch of the West. Jimbo, the real one's here.
Bart's masterpiece turns out to be more Halloween special than heartfelt gesture. Lisa's smart enough to realize what's going on, and she's devastated.
Bart, you were gonna burn the 3rd nice thing you've ever done for me?
Bart's idea of a heartfelt gesture? More pyromaniac art installation than sibling bonding. But Lisa doesn't care anymore. She misses even Bart's bad lies, so she forgives him and torches her own statue. Hello? Fire hazard? Anyone? Oh, okay. Bullying your brother can be overlooked for sure, but what's Lisa's stance on bullying a girl she likes because she isn't quite how she anticipated? Lisa almost ruins a girl's life solely because of their different political views. The Kid Is All Right starts with Lisa singing a song about how lonely she is, and Bart bullying her by chasing her through the school and shooting her with a spitwad.
Be gone! Well, you're never alone, surrounded by autobiography of Charles Manson.
Yikes. In the library, Lisa meets a new girl from 2nd grade, and they seem, well, the same. They both went for the same book, and they're both smart. Is this what they call a match made in heaven? Later that day, Isabel calls Lisa to talk, and she asks her if she wants to do a presentation together.
Someone wants to be my partner. Can't screw this up.
Now all she has to do is keep her inner overachiever from scaring Isabel off. But I don't think that'll be a problem.
If you haven't guessed, Lisa, I'm a Republican.
Oh, but she surely can't be that kind of Republican, can she?
A Lincoln Republican. Republican?
Keep going.
First President Bush?
Getting there.
Oh, dear God.
Lisa's political nightmare deepens with every guess. Lisa and Isabel get into an argument because Lisa can't understand how someone like her can be a Republican.
I'm just saying that people of your heritage, which could be any one of many heritages, I'm not pigeonholing.
Lisa's trying so hard not to stereotype that she's practically doing cartwheels around the topic. Too bad subtlety isn't her strong suit. Lisa talks to Marge about her new friend becoming a Republican, and Marge laughs at her concerns. Lisa doesn't understand how can she be laughing at something so serious, but Marge shows her something she's been waiting to show her for a long time.
You voted for Reagan?
It was a crazy time, the 80s.
Lisa's world is shaken. Turns out Marge has a wild side, and it involves voting booths in the 80s. Marge reassures Lisa that she shouldn't stop being someone's friend because of their views at 8 years old.
Isabel's only 8. As she grows up, surprising things will happen to her body of beliefs.
Marge's version of the talk takes a political twist because growing up isn't just about hormones. It's about evolving ideologies, too. Lisa apologizes to Isabel and they work things out, sort of. Isabel says it's all fine. Her mom reassured her that Lisa is only going through a liberal phase.
What? My mom says you're going through a conservative phase.
There's no such thing. Conservatives only get more conservative.
Lisa and Isabel are back on speaking terms, but their moms just turned this friendship into a political standoff. Lisa goes to sign up for class representative and sees that Isabel had already signed herself up. So she goes up to her to tell her what issues she wants to bring up. But before they can discuss it any further, they're interrupted. Isabel is taken aside by the Springfield Republican Party.
Here's the scoop. You're our future, so we can't afford to have you lose.
But Isabel won't sell herself that easily.
I'd rather do this myself.
But who'd own you then?
You couldn't buy me with a wheelbarrow full of ice cream.
Turns out Isabel's price isn't just high, it's completely off the menu, even if dessert's included. The next day, when Lisa comes to school, she sees that the whole building is tainted with pro-Isabel merchandise.
What are you doing?
I'm as bewildered as you are. I don't know why, but the Springfield Republican Party is grooming me.
But I don't see her trying to stop it either. Lisa sees that she's gonna lose this election if she does it alone, so she calls for the big guns.
You want to win this election? Then from now on, you do exactly what I say.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Lisa's campaign just went from debate club to Bart's School of Chaos. At first, Lisa was on board with all of Bart's strategies, and things are starting to look up for her.
It's in the bag, Lise. Once everybody sees this, training wheels.
Yeah, she's a child. What do you want her to do, drive a car? Lisa loves this revelation. Is she really gonna ruin a girl's life to win an election?
Excellent. What am I doing?
You are becoming Mr. Burns, Lisa, the man you despise with every atom of your being.
Oh, Bart, I want to win, but not like this. I'm sorry, you're fired.
Well, all your chances of winning are out the window now. The debate is tough, but at the end, the girls say they're fine with each of them winning. Isabel wins, and even though Lisa is happy for her friend, she can't help but feel sorry for herself. Bart and Milhouse come to cheer her up with the fact that the majority of students agree with her stance, but just not with her.
They love my ideas, just not me. And that is half the battle.
And she doesn't lose herself in the process. That's what I call a win. Running a corrupted political campaign is surely up there with the bad things Lisa has done, but ruining a whole ecosystem is also a solid contender. Lisa helps Mr. Burns get back on his feet, and in the process of doing so, causes a horrible eco-disaster. The Old Man and the Lisa opens with Lisa going all in on the recycling, waking everyone in the house. Her class is trying to earn money by recycling, and she's all for it if it will help the environment. Later, Mr. Burns visits Lisa's class and teaches them a thing or two about success.
You never heard of recycling?
Nature started the fight for survival, and now she wants to quit because she's losing.
Mr. Burns turns success into a hostile takeover of nature itself. Because why let Mother Earth off easy? Mr. Burns finds out he's completely broke, and he has to step down from his job at the plant and sell his house. The ultimate defeat comes when he has to live with Smithers.
I normally don't laugh at other people's misfortunes, but on behalf of the recycling community, ha!
That's not a nice thing to say about the man who never has anything nice to say. Mr. Burns ends up in the retirement center when he was caught trying to decipher which ketchup to buy. Going broke really messes with a person's head. Lisa, accidentally enough, also goes there to try and find more things to recycle for her class.
If I hadn't surrounded myself with those spineless yes men, that voice, that shrill, disagreeable voice, it's her!
Even broke and battered, Mr. Burns can still spot Lisa's influence. Some voices you just can't unhear. Smithers comes to get Burns, but he's not leaving until Lisa agrees to help him rebuild his empire. Because, let's face it, she's everything, but she's not agreeable. Mr. Burns spends his days trying to get Lisa to help him.
I've realized the error of my ways, Lisa. I need someone with your integrity to help me, please.
Burns begging Lisa for help? Looks like even billionaires have to swallow their pride. when there's no one else left to boss around. Lisa agrees to help him and starts by teaching him about recycling. He really is a changed man, picking up garbage day and night. But nobody can take the sight of him picking up garbage seriously.
You guys shouldn't laugh at him. Mr. Burns has changed. He's different now.
Yeah, he's broke.
Marge cuts through Lisa's optimism with the ultimate reality check, because nothing transforms a man like an empty wallet. But Mr. Burns really did change.
See? I told you Mr. Burns has changed. See?
Nobody likes a gloater, Lisa. On the opening of Mr. Burns' plant, he shows Lisa around, and she's the first person to see the plant in action. But hold your horses. You haven't seen the worst part.
If one six-pack holder will catch one fish, 1,000,000 sewn together will catch 1,000,000 fish. It sweeps the sea clean.
Oh, God, and Lisa's name is all over it.
And not a single sea creature was wasted. You inspired it all, little Lisa.
Leave it to Mr. Burns to turn recycling into ocean domination, complete with Lisa's name on the most eco-unfriendly invention ever. Lisa feels awful, and now she can't even stop people from recycling.
A fool to help that horrible old man.
Oh, I hope you learned your lesson, Lisa. Never help anyone.
Classic Homer wisdom. Why solve the problem when you can just stop trying altogether? Mr. Burns shows up to tell Lisa that he sold the plant for $120 million, and as his associate, she's entitled to 10%.
Oh, but I can't accept that. Knowing where it came from? Can I, Mom?
However smart she is, Lisa will never not ask for advice from Marge. But that is blood money, literally. The fish's blood is on her hands. Lisa rips up the check, and Homer faints.
Well, that's the first case I've ever seen of a man suffering 4 simultaneous heart attacks.
Lisa's principles cost Homer more than his dignity. This time, it's his cardiovascular system. Lisa apologizes to Homer, and he says he understands why she did it, but still.
Well, we really could have used that $12,000.
Dad, 10% of $120 million isn't $12,000.
Poor Homer, to think he could have retired. Well, Lisa, I hope you know what this did to your father. Lisa being the reason why all those poor fishes died and almost the reason why her dad died, surely gives her the title of the most hated character, well, at least in this episode, but she did it out of the goodness of her heart, but causing Milhouse to go to a breakup is purely out of her own selfishness. Lisa gets jealous when she sees Milhouse giving his love and attention to another girl. Homer Scissorhands opens with Lisa painting Patty and Selma, but then Bart jumps in front of her picture and ruins it.
Gonna regret the day you were born.
I already do. It's too close to Christmas.
Bart's not just ruining Lisa's painting, he's ruining her holiday spirit. Talk about a gift that keeps on giving. Lisa accidentally throws paint in Patty's hair, but when they try to fix it, they make it even worse. So they call Homer to help, and he cuts her hair. Surprisingly good, actually.
I can't believe I'm saying this. Homer Simpson, do me. I meant my hair.
Oof, too close. In school, Milhouse tells Bart that he had a life-changing experience, and that he's gonna proclaim his love for Lisa while he still can. So he writes Lisa a song about how perfect she is in every way. Lisa's cringing face says it all. She's about to turn him down.
I'm sorry, but I don't love you, Milhouse, and I never will.
Breaking Milhouse's heart once again. But hey, at least she's honest. But then, something unexpected happens. A new girl walks up to Milhouse and says his song was beautiful.
It was romantic, and it rhymed. Well, I used a rhyming dictionary. But it only gives you options.
To nerds finding each other. I smell a love story. Lisa can't get used to Milhouse not lurking around her, watching her every move.
This dame is really into you.
She sure is. This morning I got to second base on our walk around the softball diamond.
And to think I almost fell for it. Lisa starts to question, how does a girl like Taffy like Milhouse?
Well, I'm gonna find out why. Because this...
Do I sense a bit of jealousy in Lisa's voice? I think so. Lisa is unstoppable, searching Taffy's page like there's no tomorrow, trying to figure out why would a 5th grader be dating Milhouse.
It's time to get boots on the ground. You like my boots?
Once you get past the sister ick, they're fine.
Lisa follows the happy couple, and she's got a lot of things to see.
Who'd follow Milhouse around like that? Sneaking around after them all day has taught me a lot about this sicko.
Lisa, I hate to break to you, but I think you're the sicko. But she blows her cover, and Milhouse and Taffy see her.
Not her again.
We're over.
You're not over. You never were.
Taffy says they'll never make it as a couple because he'll never get over Lisa.
You don't want me to be with you. You don't want me to be with someone else. How miserable do I have to be before you're happy?
Well, come on, Lisa. Don't just stand there. Say something. Or do something, whichever you prefer, I guess. This confuses Milhouse. Does this mean Lisa likes him?
Life is full of unexpected things, and you should never give up. And you're cute in the moonlight.
She managed to do what every good politician does. Say a lot of things without saying anything. Lisa showed that she's no different from any other girl. She's jealous, greedy, and selfish when it comes to boys. And she's all these things because of Milhouse. I guess he's more of a ladies' man than we thought. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment down below which of these moments awards Lisa with the title of the most hated child.